software development is in some ways it's a really complex service. It's hard for people who don't do software development to understand some of the intricacies of how software development really works. And they don't necessarily know intuitively that the dynamic, that the offer that they're getting of a really valuable $15 an hour developer, there probably isn't real value to them. So one of the analogies we can use for this is the difference between the way that you maintain or the way that you repair automobiles. Most people know intuitively that if I have just a standard Ford or Toyota or whatever, for the most part, a lot of those vehicles they can just go to your average mechanic shop and you can get your brakes done and you can get your oil changed and you can get minor repairs done, and it's not really going to be that big of a deal. On the other hand, you have, a Formula One race car. And we all know you can't take a Formula One race car to your average automotive shop. A more high-end shop like Level 12 that's really going to give you the time and attention to understand the problem, really understands the nature of software complexity and what software complexity does to the scope of the project, and is both going to help you dig at and understand that complexity, but then also reduce it as much as possible. But then has a team of high-quality software developers who know how to be involved in complex projects and know how to deliver on complex software. All of that stuff ends up being really valuable for the harder, more complex problems where there's usually, sure, the software is more expensive to build that way, just like it's more expensive to build a Formula One race car. But it's also true that normally the businesses that are investing in the high-end software have business processes that they're either going to save or generate enough additional revenue that they're making multiple number of returns on investment in that process. And so we understand that and we shape that project to make sure that at all times they should be getting return on investment. And if we feel at any point like we're not, like we're starting to get out of that place where we feel like they can make a return on investment, we're going to stop and we're going to say, hey, this is where we think we're going. Let's figure out a different way to proceed because we just don't understand how this is going to help you in the long run.